Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm playing Minecraft, but I spawn in the Nether. I am trapped in the Nether. I have to survive in the Nether in hardcore Minecraft. This was a pretty anxious, anxiety-inducing challenge to do, because I had to make sure not die 2 minutes in, but I hope you enjoyed. So, if you like this kind of content, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, please. And have a good day. So as I loaded into the world, the first thing I did was punch the tree next to me. I was pretty lucky to spawn in a little forest thing, so I got some warped wood thing. I beat down the entire tree, hashtag nether deforestation. And as I'm beating down the tree, I get to wondering, can I actually survive? Realistically, probably not for very long, but I'm gonna try anyways. Because I'm not a quitter. And you shouldn't be a quitter either. So, I pressed on and continued beating down trees and committing several acts of deforestation. So, yeah. So, I get done beating the tree, I look around for a bit. I walk around, eventually I find a lava pool, which, I could have fallen in, so I was pretty scared. And then I found an Enderman, which, I thought I might have accidentally looked it in the eye, so I was pretty scared, and I didn't know what to do, because the Nether is a very scary place for me. I made myself a crafting table, put it down, got some sticks, 12 sticks. Then I made up a, pickaxe. I ran off, forgetting to get my crafting table, and I decided, for some reason, I thought to go down and dig for stone, realizing that there's no stone there, and this isn't the overworld. I decided to actually make a sword, since I realized that I'd probably need it, since there's no stone. So I made myself up a wooden sword, which sucks, but it'd have to do. I beat down my crafting table, and decided to go on my journey. I found some quartz. I didn't know if I could even mine it, if a wooden pickaxe could mine it, but it could. I was a bit surprised. I then found another Enderman, and I thought I'd look it in the eye, so I was yet again scared. I didn't know what to do, so I panicked for a bit. I saw the Enderman carrying something. I thought about trying to kill him, but I realized it'd probably take away all my durability on my sword. So I decided against it, and just decided to continue on my journey. I ran across the Nether, finding an entire, army of Endermen. This was more Endermen than I've ever seen in the entirety of Minecraft, so I was absolutely baffled and terrified at the same time. I nearly jumped off there, and I nearly died, so that could have been the end of the video. But, I decided to just go ahead and try to make a boat, then I realized that you can't make a boat with this wood, so, there's no way I could avoid fall damage. So that would be a big throwback in, what I could possibly do. So, no insane parkour. That does kind of limit my traversal. So I decided, even with this setback, I continued to press on. I thought about jumping down there, then I realized I'd probably die, so I decided not to. I was a lot more fearful of dying in the Nether than I am in the overworld. I thought I could make that jump, and I could. So I made a jump. Jumped over there. Epic parkour. I jumped down there. And I, found some cool glowstone, but more about that later. I ran around finding another Enderman. Lots of Endermen. No piglins, no nothing. I nearly jumped in lava, which that brought my anxiety to an all-time high. So, yeah. I then decided to mine some netherite to try to bridge. I mined up a good 12 pieces, I think. I was making sure my keybinds are okay, gotta make sure the keybinds are good. I was trying to change my sprint key. Then I realized my sprint key was fine. because I'd already set it to C before recording the video, and my ADHD kind of just made me forget that I already done that. But anyways, I continued breaking down the netherrack, getting like 12 pieces, and I was gonna bridge somewhere. Before that, I found some cool glowstone. I don't know what I was gonna do with it, but I'm trapped in the nether, so why not? Why not enjoy myself and get some freaking glowstone? I got a good like 30-something pieces. Then I went off to continue my journey, running off into nether distances. I ended up using my 12 netherrack just to get up here. There probably would have been a way for me to not use the netherrack, but it's fine. There's netherrack everywhere. It's not like there's like a limited supply. I ran around the nether for a bit, finding a blaze. I ran away like I booked it harder than I ever had. I had found a nether fortress on accident. I can never find these things on purpose, and I find one on accident, which absolutely baffles me. I was so mad, so I decided to dig a little hole to just like kind of camp there for a bit. I dug in a bit more blocks, and and then I got hit with fire. I didn't know how I could possibly do that, but I dug down. And then I decided to just run off and book it away from this fortress, and I was never going back to this fortress. I was so unprepared. I had wooden tools. I was not going back there. I ran. I had no intentions on beating this game. I just had intentions on getting out of this nether and back into the overworld. I kind of ran back into the warped forest. You know, the only place where I could find sanctuary and safety in this nether world. I decided to place my crafting table and leave like an idiot. I don't know why I did that, but I did it, and I just left my crafting table. But it was gone. You know, my freaking ADHD caused me to place my crafting table, and it was gone. Like, there was no crafting table. I had to make another one. But I guess it was no big deal. There's a big warp forest. I decided to mine out some netherrack to try and bridge across there, because, well, why not, to be honest? Why not? I bridged across. Well, first I got the netherrack. And I prepared to bridge across. I got my netherrack, and then, Java bridging has always scared me. Like, I'm a bedrock bridger, and Java bridging has always never been very good at me, so, I had the terrible fear that I was gonna fall in the lava and die, because this is hardcore mode. I can't just respawn, and even if I could, my stuff would be drowned in lava, so, yeah. Food was also going to be a thing I need to worry about, you know. There's essentially no food in Nether, even after 1.16. So, I dug into this little nether tunnel. I am getting down. Not getting down. My, pickaxe broke, so I'd have to get down. I was now 1 heart. I could have went in that magma, died, went in lava, died. I could have got shot by a piglin, and I could have accidentally looked an enderman in the eyes. Whatever it was, I could have been cooked no matter what. I could have, like, fallen off like a 4-block thing and just died. I was 1 HP. I could die to anything. I was scared. You can probably imagine how I was scared. I made myself up a new pickaxe and tried to dig into the nether and escape. But I got mesmerized by the lava. I've always been I've always been a firebug. I like staring at fire for some reason. I'm not a pyromaniac. I promise I'm not a pyromaniac. I just like staring at fire. Anyways, I made myself up an axe for the crafting table so I can break the crafting table slightly faster. That was a pretty big waste of materials, but it don't matter. I dug into the nether trying to dig up a tunnel, or at least get some netherrack to bridge across and get away from this. And I dig for quite a bit. I was quite confused as to why I was not on the normal nether area yet. And then I thought that was probably the nether roof. So, I kind of just had to bridge across. I started bridging across, my anxiety over the roof. I slowly bridged, trying to make sure that I would not fall off or accidentally, get my hand off the C key and, like, fall into lava. This was very scary for me. I'm not used to Java bridging. I'm barely used to bedrock bridging, to be honest. I continued bridging, until I finally made it across. But when I made it across, the piglin was there, I had to run. This thing could kill me instantly. I decided to be a man and try to fight it, and it didn't work out for me very well, as you can see. I died. Now,